Good day, YouTube. I've got something a little different than what I normally would have on this channel, but it's interesting enough. Today, I'm going to teach you how to read and write in runes. You might be wondering why it's not on my other channel, because it's a bit like informational and language concerning, but it fits the criteria for this channel, which is random and interesting, and it doesn't really fit into my how to write series for English, so that's why it's not there, and it's here instead. So yeah, let's get on with it. Actually, all this information I'm getting is from my dad's pamphlet thing that he got from Miss Renna Shesso. Yeah, of Swedish Shahid Studies Limited Edition. I'm going to show you the front cover. You can see it pretty well. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about these runes, please go inquire into this Swedish Shahid Studies Limited Edition. I'm totally pronouncing that wrong, but I'm sorry. And I really hope you're okay with me promoting your works, Miss Shesso, because this is all thanks to you, pretty much. So let's begin. So I'm going to start with showing you this quick page guide. I don't know if you want to pause the video really quick so you can just write this information down. All these runes have meaning. When people consider runes, it's a spiritual method of asking for direction and inspiration, and you interpret it to which way you want to. So today I'm just going to teach you how to read and write runes and their general meanings. Right, first one is Fehu. This is it. This is the word Fehu. This is what it means. This is the letter in the English alphabet. So it's an F. So that's the first letter. This is the second one. Urus. It means Auroch. This is that counterpart in the English language. So an Auroch is like a primordial beast. They're like cattle, but like wild. So imagine like the equivalent of like Norwegian or Scandinavian buffaloes. But they're extinct now, which is kind of sad because they're so amazing and impressive beasts. They were a portrayal of the wild and peacefulness. It's kind of like if hobbits were animals, they'd be aurochs, like peaceful beasts who love the earth. Then we have Thurisaz. This is it right here. There's what it means, Thurisaz. That's how you say the word. This is what it means, thorn. This is the English counterpart. Then we have Ansus. This is how you say the word, or how it's spelled, and this is what it means, and this is the English counterpart. It's like, so you know how F was these pointed upwards? This one is pointed downwards. Then we have Rido. That's how you spell it. I hope you can read my handwriting. So it definitely looks like an R. Definitely there's correlation between English counterpart. This is what it means. Wheel, or motion, or how things move and transport and things like that. Like how are things coming along? Almost like, I wouldn't say time, but I'd say the passage of time is more close to what it means. Then you have Kenaz. So this is what it looks like. This is how you spell it, and that's what it means. Torch, like a light. Physical illumination is what it's described as. And so this is what it's like, anything that makes a k sound. Usually it's QU, but in Scandinavian language or runes, there's no U after it because it still makes the k sound anyway. I know this one might be a little hard to remember, but it's Gebo. This one is G, and it's Gebo, and it means gifts or abundance or that of natural occurrence. That's what it means. Then you have Nadiz or need fire. That's the meaning. This is what it looks like. Kind of looks like an X that's like kind of leaning a little bit to the side, like I don't know, that's what I always thought. And it means N is the English counterpart. Need fire. I don't know. The reason why it's called need fire is because it's like the symbolic fire of renewal. So like a phoenix. The next one is Isa, and it means ice. See any correlation between Elsa and Isa? Isa, ice, I. And the English counterpart is I, or the long E. The E's that you pronounce like T, like T-E-A. You can go T, like the T symbol, which I'm coming to, and then this, T. Or you can just use it for I. Then you have Jera. That's how you spell it, Jera. So this is the rune, the meaning. I know if you can't see it that well because I kind of messed up writing it. Harvest. Kind of like what you bring back, what the fruits of your labor, your earnings. This is the English counterpart, J and Y. Then you have AWAS. Kind of sounds like AWA, don't it? A little bit. This is the rune. This is how you spell it. It means yew, like a yew tree. They were made for weapons like longbows. It was a really powerful form of wood, and it really is really strong, really reliable. You can use it in all kinds of different things, and of course, that's why it was made into a rune, because it's really applicable and really practical. It deals with like major life issues, because since this is so major, the meaning is anything major in your life. And the English counterpart is E or I. Between the two of them, it's your choice really. Then you have Pertho, and it either means womb or dice cup, and the English counterpart is P. Between the two of these, it's either womb, so womb, the womb side of this is how things come forth, how things happen. Like when you're in your mother's womb, you progress on. We're not entirely sure what's going to happen, but we know something is happening. The dice cup is more of the chance side of it, like we're rolling a dice and we're not really sure what's going to happen at all. This is kind of like the progression of things that are happening. This is more of like what's going to happen at all. Then you have Elhaz. Sorry about that mess up there. This is Elhaz. Looks like that. Looks like an elk antler. Does it not? It means Z is the English counterpart. It means that because it emanates from what's on an animal's head that was prominent in Scandinavia. It really stands for protection. Like the elks use their antlers for protection, to protect themselves. So really when you write this, it means protection. Technically means elk antler, but we can really infer that it means protection. This one is really used a lot. Good versus evil, this is the good. Sawilo, there's the rune, and it means sun. And English counterpart is S or the soft C. So they both make the S sound. And so it means hope over despair, healing over hurt, things that are mostly generally good and regenerative, positive, adding to somebody's likable personality, their positive side of themselves. That's generally what it means. Then you have Tiwaz. Looks like a T, doesn't it? So Tiwaz, it means arrow or spindle. Both of these, it's not really, doesn't mean these especially, but to do those things, to do archery, to use the loom, you need practice and intention and determination. That's really what it means. It means making a goal and then the process of striving for it. That's what Tiwaz means. Then you have Burkano. It means birch tree, and you can clearly see B. Pretty easy to remember. It means birch tree because the birch trees in Scandinavian culture were revered as something that would prosper during a time of renewal. So it's kind of like harvest, except instead of picking something up from what's been grown, it's the event of beginning to grow itself. Then you have Ewaz. Not to be confused with the other one that's like AWAS or LWAS or something. I've forgotten already. Blah, gosh. It's AWAS. Gotta be careful to remember that. And it means horses, and you pronounce it with the soft E's. It means horses because it's like the duality between a horse and its rider. It really extends to the meaning of competition and duality and or duets, and how two things correlate with one another. That's pretty much what it means. Then you have Manus. Kind of easy to remember the meaning because it's like M, looks like an M. Manus looks and sounds like this. And then this, man, kind of translates to human being. Although men doesn't really incorporate women and children exactly, women especially, so I would go with human being definitely. Just Manus doesn't necessarily say man. It's just that was the Scandinavian ideal last time. As most ideals were, mostly patriarchal. So this one tends to look more at like the human side of life in terms of like spontaneousness or acting from emotions and your heart instead of acting from here. So what I was saying before about the changing of time and things like that, this is kind of what it is. So L, it means lagus, and then you can kind of infer from that it means water, some sort of thing including water. So that it means moving water, lagus, moving water, and it looks like an L, right? A little upside down L type of thing going on. And it means moving water because it extends to the human fortune and how we look at our fortunes and ways go along with how we live our lives. So if we do this, then I'll do that. So really it starts from choices and then moves to fortunes and what have followed because of those choices. That's really what moving water means. It's like just keep moving because if the water hits this rock, it'll spread and go to different places. Because of that thing that happened, your fortunes will differ. Then you have Othara. and it means estate, and it's pretty much O. I mean, I drew it kind of wonky a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but it's supposed to be these two corners are supposed to be equal, right next to each other. I apologize, but it means O. It's the O sound. I mean, it's estate because it really means ancestral land. So by estate, we mean the land that we own in our hearts, like where our spirituality began and where we as a person's kind of started from in our hearts. And really, by extension from that, it means family in a way. Like, where do we start usually? It's not necessarily our ancestral land, but it's what connects us to our families. That's why ancestral land is so important. It's because it connects us to our ancestors and our family. So now that we've gone through most of the alphabet, I'm going to show you this rune chart, and you can pause this. I probably could have shown this at the beginning, so you could have just skipped right over. That's the rune chart. So if you want to just like copy it down, that's cool. Drop my cap. Darn it. This is where you can like refer back before you memorize all the stuff. So now I'm going to do an example, but what it is I don't know. Before we do that, I'm going to get something to drink. Stuff. Okay, let's get on with that sentence. I'm going to write in English first, and hopefully my handwriting extends toward the more visual and readable side of things. Here we go. Eli makes awesome videos. Shameless promoting. I'm going to write out this sentence. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, names, you can do this thing called rune binding. You take one rune, and you take another rune, and you put them together. For my name, if I take Isa, Lagus, and then maybe Isa again, I could connect them. It's hard, it says here that you just do whatever works best for you. Trust that what you're doing feels right to you. Like, if it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to you, change it. It's up to you, because it's how you write your name. It's how you want to be recognized, right? I just want to show you, this is my name. You see, I combined 3 different letters, the E, Aiwaz, and then Lagus, and then Isa. That. I pretty much just wrote them right next to each other without any spaces, which is not necessarily how you make a word, but for a name, that's how you write it. So it kind of looks like a backwards M with a little tag or something. That's my name. And I might have skipped a page, I think. Like, there's a thing called Hagalaz. Oh, that means I skipped Wunho. Looks like a P, is actually a W and a V. So what do you know? There's a W there. Here we go. We have the finished version. Eli makes awesome videos. And so when you want to put a space in between words, you just put a dot in the middle. And then to finish off the sentence, the double dot. That's how you write. That's the sentence. It's a little cool, a little fast thing. I mean, once you get good at it, you can figure out what goes where just off the top of your head. Like, it took me a couple minutes to write this, maybe a little less. Once you get good at it, you'll go fast. If I could find the cap, that'd be nice. Oh, where'd the cap go? Here it is. Thank you for listening and learning how to read and write runes with me. I had a great time relearning it over again. Like, I haven't done it in a really long time. I haven't read through the book in a while. It was good to review. And I know it might take a long time before you learn it, but that's how you learn a language. It just takes a while. It's natural. Please like, subscribe, comment, please like, subscribe, comment, dislike even. Anything is okay. I would like some communication between viewer and creator. I want to make these videos better for you and for me. Keep on the lookout for another video from this channel or my other channel, Eli's Homequist. So keep on the lookout for that. Bye, and I hope you have a Bye, and I hope you have a phantasmagorical day.